Hello again there. I want to make this video talk just a little bit about why I think that PAPA DAO is a little bit different than some of these other DAOs that are having these super high boosts in their APY. And if you didn't watch my last video, I was talking about how at the time of the making of that video, the APY for PAPA DAO was in the octillions, I think is what it was. So super high APY. And then I got a question that was basically, okay, well, why do you think that it's not going to end up being like Midas or GG or one of these DAOs that they did these super high boosts and things kind of cave in? And so this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think that PAPA DAO is not going the path of, say, GG or Midas or one of those DAOs that they've done these super high boosts. So let's kind of dive into that. I'm going to screen share and kind of talk a little bit about some things that I do think set PAPA apart from those. One being the actual backing right now is pretty healthy. Also, and that's really kind of like just a minor thing to me, but the index is better, a lot better than, say, with Midas or GG. And I want to say that I've heard some talk about how even with GG or Midas, like and especially with GG, I think it is that the way that their index was calculated was very generous towards the reality of the index. And some people saw some strange things going on with the index inside of, I want to say GG especially. So just keep in mind that the index is important because it's like, okay, this kind of gives us an idea of the inflation rates. And so, PAPA is still pretty low. So again, just kind of keep that in mind. Another thing I want to talk about is, let's say, like the treasury versus the backing and like the plans to be able to do a buyback and burn are way nicer than what we saw with some of these other DAOs. And so, right now sitting on almost 14 million. And so when they start going to do some buyback and burn, they've got the treasury to do that. And so, yeah, we're doing some right now. We're seeing, and again, I'm saying we as in the sense that like we're seeing this. Okay, I'm not on the PAPA DAO team. I don't work for PAPA DAO. Have no affiliation with PAPA DAO other than I've bought some, right? So the fact that the treasury is healthy, okay, allows them to be able to do some of these temporary APY boosts that reward those that were already staked, right? So these boosts are kind of, for the stakers are at random. It's not at random, but they are rewarding those that are already staked. Okay, now couple that with the fact that there's a warm-up period on the actual rebase now, and it's 2 epochs, so the fact that you've got that means that there's even more rewards specifically for people that are holding and staking. So I think that, especially because I've listened to the AMAs, I've been inside the Discord with PAPA, I really think that they're not ignorant to what's happened with some of these other DAOs, again, GG, Midas, and because of that, they have been strategically positioning themselves to be able to not go the way of some of these other DAOs that have sort of collapsed because of the crazy inflation. So I hope this helps a little bit. If you have been questioning like, okay, well, shoot, is PAPA going to go the same route as some of these other DAOs? I think that because of the health of the treasury, I think because the index looks pretty solid still, and I think because they're strategically doing these APY boosts and it's specifically rewarding people that are already staked, right? And there's short periods. And then also because the treasury is healthy, they can do a buyback and burn, and they've got the ability to do that because, again, the health of the DAO. So this is why a lot of people are saying that PAPA DAO is very undervalued at this current moment, again, at the making of this video. So does that mean you should invest in it? Or if you've already invested, that you should invest more? Again, you should only be willing to invest what you're willing to risk to loss. So, but for me, if you were to ask me what I'm doing, I'm looking at it and going, it looks pretty undervalued. They've got a really solid roadmap. Yeah, it's probably a good buy. Now, that doesn't mean that it won't go down from right now at the making of this video. I want to say it's 408. So it doesn't mean that it won't go down to, say, $2, right? I've seen it go from $2. I've bought it from $25 to $2, right? And so the way they've done it so far is it's kept a pretty healthy balance to the total investment that I've made over that period of time, okay? And I bought some at high price. I've bought some at low prices. I think that dollar cost averaging is the way to go, because as they begin to roll out the roadmap, you're going to see more and more people go, okay, they are actually having real world utility. They are actually legit. And as we come out of the phase of the explosion of the DAOs, where we have all these new DAOs, the ones that are probably going to stick around are the ones that have real world use. Most likely, again, I think if they're going to be in the GameFi and they're going to be in metaverse stuff, like there's obviously a lot of opportunity that's going to be budding there. Same thing with NFT stuff. So I just think that PAPA DAO, to me, seems like they've communicated the most out of any other DAO that I've been exposed to about what their real world use is and what they're aiming to do and the influence that they want to have. So yeah, these DAOs are cool. They're popping up. It's like, okay, cool opportunity. And at first everybody's like, whoa, APY. And then we start to see some of them collapsing and we're like, oh shoot, whoa, that one has a really high APY. Maybe they're going to collapse too. But just because it has a temporary high APY does not mean that it's going to collapse. It's more about the health of the treasury and their roadmap versus just the APY. The high APY is not necessarily the danger. It can be if they don't have a solid plan on how to handle it and they're just cranking out coins as rewards and causing this really high inflation. But if they've got a roadmap and there's a rhyme and reason to what's going on, then there's more stability created. So anyhow, I hope this has been helpful. Again, this is not financial advice telling you to invest in PAPA. It's just kind of making sense out of what all's going on. And I do think that PAPA, again, strong AMAs, strong community, even though it's still pretty small, which kind of excites me because I'm like, well, shoot, what happens when it gets popular? And they have plans to get it popular. So solid roadmap. Again, I can't say it enough. I think healthy treasury and the balance of the PAPA DAO is what we're really looking at here. So hope you've enjoyed this. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more content. I do stuff on crypto. I'm also like a business coach. And so like I do a lot of coaching and stuff like that too. So you might see some videos on that. I just kind of put out what I like to put out. And that's the plan. So if you want to like and subscribe because you like what you've seen so far, go for it. We'd love to see more of you. And then also comment below your questions, because I really kind of make more videos based on the questions that I'm getting. So if you have a question, either I'll answer it and that'll be the end of it, or I'll be like, well, I'm getting a few of these same questions. That's a good question. I'm interested in this. And then I'll do a video on it. So you have a great rest of the evening or day or whatever time it is there where you live. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.